this was. And we're going to bring in Jon Karl. There you see the headlines right now. We're going to bring in Jon Karl for a look at what happened. And Jon, you're there at the board again. Take us state by state, the breakdown.
I mean, what happened here, Robin, is that Donald Trump won in all the states he needed to win, and then he won in states that virtually nobody thought he had a chance of winning. So first, he won in Florida. He won in North Carolina. And take a look at Ohio. Not only did he win in Ohio, he won a victory in Ohio of 8 points. It was basically a landslide victory for Donald Trump in the state of Ohio. But the real story, and the reason why Donald Trump is the president-elect of the United States, is what happened in the industrial Midwest. Look at this. He won in the state of Pennsylvania, a state that hasn't gone Republican since 1988. He won in the state of Wisconsin, a state that hasn't gone Republican since 1984. And although we haven't called Michigan yet, with 95% of precincts reporting, he has a lead in the state of Michigan. An absolute rout in these states that really few people thought he had a chance to win.
Few people thought he had a chance to win. We saw one commentator, Van Jones, called this a white lash. We really saw white working class voters, especially in the places you just saw, come out in droves.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at those demographics. The biggest single factor in Donald Trump's victory here was white voters, as you mentioned, George, but especially white voters without a college degree. Look at this. He absolute landslide among those voters. And here, when you look further at the non-white votes, some very interesting things. Okay, not surprisingly, he got killed among African-American voters, getting only 8%. Hispanic voters, he got 29%. Asian-American voters, he got 29%. But consider this. For each of those three groups, African Americans, Hispanics, Asians, he outperformed Mitt Romney. Donald Trump did better than Mitt Romney among non-white voters.
That is really the key right there, and the consequence is profound, because right now, Republicans control the White House, the House, and the Senate. They're going to get a pick on the Supreme Court.
Yeah, so let's take a look at where that all breaks down. We have, first of all, in the Senate, they've got 51 seats right now, and there is still the outstanding Senate race in the state of New Hampshire. They could pick up another. That's much better than anybody expected. In the House, they still have a commanding majority in the House, 230 and counting. And George, he could have up to 3 Supreme Court picks as President of the United States.
Sweeping election victory for Donald Trump.
And we will have more on the election coming up. We're going to hear from our powerhouse team that's here with us in the studio. But first, let's go to Ginger with